You're listening to Tales of the Forsaken, a live play fate core game by Noble Jester Productions. Welcome to Rillion, a western fantasy world where magic needs fuel, and that fuel is mined and refined into Ectin, a place of vast deserts, dark rituals, and greedy mining companies. A dwarf awakens and has forgotten who he is. Who is Verboden, and how will he seek to remember his past in the midst of this harsh world?
We're going to start still dreaming.
Okay.
You find yourself in this ruined village, and you're walking through these ruins. You can see there's a home that's kind of been crumbled, and you see a tiefling sitting outside who appears to be waiting for you. And if you kind of look down at yourself, you recognize yourself from your previous visions and memories of your human, kind of mortal persona from your life before the curse. And you kind of put two and two together, and that would make that Aked. And you walk up, and he looks up at you and says, "Oh." He says your name, but there's just a crackle in your memory. He says, "Welcome. Figured meeting here would be a better, more hidden place for us. This was my brother's village. This was his home before it was destroyed by Heartfang. Please step inside. I'm glad you agreed to meet me. I have something I'd like to talk to you about."
All right, yeah, after you.
He leads you inside, and there's a table that's kind of been halfway burned, but on the unburned portion of it, there's an old tome. He walks over and puts a hand on it, and he says, "I found this in an ancient vault, among some other things, but it talks of a chalice, a cup that is supposed to be directly given to your people from Rin himself, said to be of unimaginable power, something that can contain and control Rin's power itself."
I mean, do you think this is real at all? I've heard rumors and people talking about something like that, but can you trust that that's even real?
I was hoping that you could confirm it, but I think I have to trust that it's real, and I hope that you could perhaps acquire it, and you could... I need you to understand, it hurts me to ask you this, but maybe you could use it to take on Rin's power and ascend to godhood and give us a better life.
I don't know. I know where you're coming from. I get it. I am not a fan of Heartfang, what he's doing, how he treats, really everyone, but I just live so long like this. I don't see how that's... it's just tough to believe. But if we find this chalice, if it's a thing, it's a step. I'll help you with that. Beyond that, I don't know what to tell you. You've got some big dreams.
This rebellion it's going to fail without something changing. People were eager at first, and we had some successes, but as soon as Heartfang began to become even more cruel, people are falling away. We have to do something.
I do agree with that. The people are afraid.
As am I. He turns to the book, and he turns a few pages, and he turns to kind of the last page of the book, and it looks different. It looks almost dark and burned. And he traces a finger along a rune at the top of it, and he says, "My other option is not an attractive one. There are beings out there that offer power. I don't know if this is a good idea, but someone has to do something."
I mean, I agree, we have to do something, but I don't think you understand what you're getting at. I've heard of these powers that are out there, and I'm glad they're not here.
Perhaps, at the cost. It's only a soul.
And whose soul's that?
I've given my life for this cause. I would give my soul as well.
Verboden just kind of stands there and he's frowning, feeling kind of, what's the combination? It would be like a little bit of jealousy at Aket's passion and how sure he seems in making a decision like that, but then also a little bit of judgment towards him. I don't know what to tell you, Aket. I mean, Yendra's talked a lot about your ideas, and I think some of them are good. I'm not so sure about this one. I mean, what you're saying, I don't know if I can get behind that. If you want to let me do some digging and read some more in this tome that you found, turn over a few rocks, see if there's some truth to this chalice you're talking about.
It's a big decision. He rips the page out of the tome and puts it in his pocket. And he says, "Yes, take the tome. See if you can find a solution. If not, I will do what I must." With that, Verboden, you wake up. It's the morning after your parley with Jarl and Hestian. You're in Silver Ridge. What are you going to do?
I'm going to call the town leaders over to the room and board.
Yep.
Which is where they have breakfast, right? Or is that a different place?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm going to call them over to the room and board. I have Jasper, Sunny, Piter. Is there anybody else there who's kind of stepped up into leadership type roles?
I mean, Irvin and Willa, Treeflow would definitely be considered kind of leaders, but they would be at the room and board. Mm-hmm. Mama and Papa Markin, maybe. The Primbolds who own the mine have kind of kept their heads down since what happened with you and them in the mine and all that. So yeah, I'd say that's pretty much the leadership.
Okay. So yeah, I would just have then, Jasper, Sunny, Piter come to the board, and then if Irvin and Will are around, they're welcome to join in. Don't have them meet up with me.
Okay. Yeah, they all gather together, and Irvin and Will are making breakfast, and eventually they serve breakfast to everybody. You and Sunny both getting the Sunny special.
That's right. It's the way to start the day. Yeah. Thanks everybody for joining me this morning. Glad to have you all back safe and sound here in Silver Ridge. Oh no, I appreciate you greatly.
Sunny nods at you as he's filling his face, eating. He isn't saying anything. Jasper, of course, is, "Oh yeah, we're all glad to be back, and it's quite a relief to have everybody back safe and sound."
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to call y'all here because you have a change of plans for me. Oh man, where do I start? Well, after the events of Jarl and the friends with him, I think I might be hitting the road a little bit here.
You're going after him, aren't you?
Yeah, I suppose I need to. Keep him away from here, and feel like with our successes there in Twin Rivers and skills you've all acquired, I think I'm better to leave you here without me for a bit.
Well, I'm sure we can take care of ourselves. You've taught us how to do that, but do you need some help? Jasper seems a little almost ashamed as he doesn't immediately volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
Sunny sets down a fork and looks at you and he says, I think maybe we need a bit of time to settle back in and think about it.
Definitely been a bit of a mess around here, so might be good for everybody to have a chance to get their feedback under him and one of the other things. So Verboden reaches up to his chest and he pulls the star off of his lapel and sets it down on the table in between all the plates of breakfast and says, so about this, I think we need a new sheriff.
You're our sheriff.
Yeah. I mean, my hope is I can come back and put one of these back on, but really it's just a piece of metal. It's a little bit more of a mentality that really makes somebody a sheriff, and like there's plenty here that could wear that. Just thought it'd be good for somebody to don that and take the responsibility while I'm out for a bit.
Irvin comes over and he picks up the star and he nods at you and he says, I think that's a pretty wise thing to say. I think we need some time to think. We need some time to perhaps plan, and maybe we do need to have if not a sheriff, maybe a deputy sheriff, somebody that can help lead things while you're gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Wise words.
If you don't mind, I think we should probably get the people together and have a conversation about it, and probably be best if you weren't there for that.
Yeah, that's why I brought you all together here as the leaders of this town and kind of the backbone. Looks over at Piter and the heartbeat. Looks over at Jasper and Muscle, and he looks over at Sonny.
Jasper kind of looks at himself and flexes a little. Well, sometimes I think I might be getting close to the muscle.
Yeah, you're getting there, man.
No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well, yeah. Oh man. All right. Yeah. Let's get everybody together and we'll have a chat.
All right. Well, eat up. Don't wait for me. Don't want to waste the Sunday special.
So yeah, are you gonna just go back to your office or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to my office and kind of sit and wait and see what comes out of that.
Okay. A couple of hours pass. Then eventually the door opens and Jasper walks in. He has the star on his chest. He comes and he sits down across from you. Well, Verboden, it feels mighty awkward to be sitting here with this on my chest instead of yours. Well, the people elected me as I've insisted to be deputy sheriff.
Well, Jasper looks great on you, man. You've earned it and you deserve it. I couldn't think of anybody better.
I don't know about that, but Verboden, I'd love to go with you. I really would. But I don't think we can send anybody with you. This town has been through hell and back, and I think we need some time. I almost died. My wife almost died multiple times. I thought she was dead for sure yesterday. I think we're just not cut out for the same thing as you are.
There's a reason you're wearing that star, Jasper. Because you're thinking about everybody else, and that's why you should be the one wearing it. And you know what? I'll be okay. I was kind of getting there on my own, but, just wanted to see how y'all were doing.
Well, if you do catch up to Jarl and get all that sorted out, you tell him for me that I don't hold a grudge. Even if you have to kill him, that's fine. I understand. That's your thing, but I've decided I'm not going to hold a grudge against him for what he did to me. We're certainly not going to let him back into this town, of course, but...
No, that's for sure.
I don't think it's right for me to hold that against him or against anybody. I think it's time to move on.
Yeah, Verboden just kind of like sitting across, just smiling at him. Just super impressed. Man, you are wise beyond your years, friend.
Well, I don't know about that, but you've certainly taught me a lot. And I feel like I've had a new chance at life here, and I'm determined to prove myself and to do as good a job as I can and model myself after you and the example you've set. Hopefully for a short time until you just get back and I can hand it right back to you.
Yeah, sounds good, Jasper. Well, want to get too gushy in here. A lot of heavy toxin in this office, but appreciate your friendship and your bravery and your maturity to forgive. Man, that's whew. Hopefully I can get there one of these days and be able to. Yeah. Well, anyway, I won't take too much more of your evening. I think I'm gonna pack up and get going. I think time is out on my side against these guys.
All right. Well, if there's anything you need, you know where to find me. Good luck.
Good luck to you. He stands up and comes over to like shake his hand, but then as he grabs, he like pulls him in and hugs him.
Yeah, he does the manly pat on your back a couple of times, and then just grabs on and hugs you.
All right. He kind of puts his hands on his shoulders again. We'll see you soon.
All right. We'll still be here.
Count on it. So, at that point, Verboden will start packing up, get some rations. In addition to, his Ectin pistol, he's going to grab a couple other pistols, grab a rifle as well. Make sure the pistol's all full of Ectin as well.
Okay. You check it. It's not very full anymore.
Uh-oh.
So, you don't have any more Ectin to refill it with.
Yeah.
So, if you check around town, nobody else really does either. You kind of took the last of Piter's stores, and
that's right.
Nobody really thought to bring any Ectin back from Twin Rivers and from the Rough Riders. So you might want to keep an eye out in case you can fill that up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anything else you want to do to prepare?
Well, I've still got those Ectin flash devices from Sunny from before that I never used. I've got a couple of those. I have those in my pack. Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's about it for preparations.
All right. So you get yourself prepared and you ride out of town. Where are you going? Are you going to try to go backtrack them from on top of the ridge, or are you going somewhere specific?
Yeah. So I'm going to head back to the ridge, and then, with that size of a group, I feel like I'd be able to try to spot, where the tracks are going, which direction.
Yeah, go ahead and make a survival roll. It's not going to be real difficult because, it is a pretty large group.
All right, first roll of the session. -3.
All right. That is not a good roll.
No.
It is a fail. So I'd say you can use a fate point and re-roll that.
Oh, yeah.
Use an aspect.
Aspects. We're playing fate.
If you don't want to do that, I'm not going to just hey, you ride around in the desert.
Yeah, I failed.
Okay. Well, we're gonna succeed with consequences here, but you find the trail and you start to follow it, and you follow it for quite a while, and then realize, oh shoot, you've lost it. You have to backtrack, and you do this a couple of times where you feel like you're following it, and you kind of stop paying as close of attention, and then suddenly you've lost it, and it takes you some time. And all of throughout this whole time throughout this journey, you're kind of having these flashes of memories. Nothing super significant, just little moments from your life, little moments from your past life, from previous cycles, little moments of comfort, of happiness, of joy, little moments of fear and of anger, just these little kind of flashes of things. And it's all interspersed with the experiences you've had. You've showing up in Silver Ridge, people that you met there, the experiences that you had protecting the town, the demons, closing portals, these various things that you've done, and kind of running thread through all of it are just these memories of Jarl. The things that you've said to him, you're kind of running these things back in your head, almost like questioning yourself. Could I have done something different? Could I have said something different? Could I have had a greater impact on him? Just kind of questioning yourself, and it keeps distracting you from the trail, and it takes you quite a while, but eventually night falls, and it's been, you've been tracking for probably about a week now, and eventually you're kind of, night has fallen again, and you're getting to where you probably need to make camp when you kind of crest over a hill and you see lights down in front of you, and you realize you're not sure how you got here. You weren't real sure where you were with all the tracking and stuff you did, but that's Ectin Falls laid out for you.
Okay.
So it's pretty late at this point. You could, you may as well ride into town.
Yeah, with it being pretty late, I think I will ride into town, keep an eye out, and just see if I notice any of the people that were with Jarl. I think I would go to that hotel that I had seen before that was across from the saloon, and maybe try to get some information first and see if they might know of them coming through, if they're still there, if they've moved on.
Okay. Yeah, so you make your way through the town, trying to keep an eye out, paying attention to look for anybody you recognize, anybody that was with Jarl, Hestian, anybody. You don't see anybody. You make your way up the lift and into the upper part of town. You can see that in your absence, the train station has been completed. The tracks, there's a fairly large station next to it. There's a kind of a warehouse that's been built. It looks like it's used for, moving things on and off the train. There are extra cars and things that are lined up ready to be attached to a train. And you can see that there is a train in the station. Looks like it's been kind of set up and is ready to head back to the east toward the Four Nations. But as you get off the lift and are looking over all this, you see a little bit across the way, you see Roland looking at you, and he kind of does a double take. He steps off of the steps of his office and walks over towards you. Well, Verboden?
Hey, man, it's good to see you. Can we step in your office?
Well, of course, yeah. I wasn't expecting you to come into town.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a last-minute decision. Had some things to fill you in on. Kind of hurries and gets in there quickly.
Yeah, he steps inside with you and closes the door behind him.
Hey, I don't know if you remember that young fellow was with me when we were through Ectin Falls last time, Jarl. You seen him at all?
No, I have not.
I'm afraid he's ended up making some real poor decisions and tried killing a good friend Jasper, and he's stolen something of great value to me. Risked the lives of a lot of the people in Silver Ridge when I came back after we left Twin Rivers. Threatened to kill him. I hate talking about it, but anyway, I'm on the trail of him, but some others with him. I don't know if you've caught any chatter of anything different going on here, or any mention of him, or Hestian, or anybody like that?
He sits down. Well, can't say I've heard anything about those names, but I've been working on tracking a group from remainder from the Shunt Mining Company. Just roughnecks who seems like they're planning on doing something. I don't know what, but the rumors have been that they're trying to take something dangerous back to the Four Nations and probably going to be using the train.
Oh, I could definitely be related. Because Jarl they had taken the drill, right?
Jarl had taken the Ectin drill, and people that were with him at Silver Ridge were clearly Shunt Mining Company guys. They were kind of had the same clothes and masks and all that Dagomar had, outfitted his personal guard with.
Yeah, if you talking about this dangerous item, you remember that Ectin drill that disappeared?
I do, the one that can pierce holes in Rillian itself, apparently.
Oh man, that pains me every time I hear that. But yeah, that's the one. It's very likely that that's in Jarl's possession, and potentially who you're talking about.
Well, that definitely paints a new light on things. I haven't seen him. I can definitely keep an eye out. I think first things first, we probably need to post somebody up at the train station, and maybe we can take some watches. I can get the word out throughout town, try to get a description out and see if anybody can tip us off to his location.
Yeah, that'd be a plan. We don't want that train going anywhere without one of us next to it.
Yeah, well, I can get Robin on that. He can hang out at the station and keep an eye out. Definitely start working some angles down in the town. It's getting pretty late, but I think I can hopefully see if I can locate him.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. I've been traveling here going on a week now. I feel like it's not urgent. Maybe I could just stay across the street here and rest at the hotel.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's definitely. They got comfortable rooms in there, and you mention my name, I'm sure they'll give you a free room.
All right, sounds good.
We'll definitely come and get you if anything goes down. If not, probably first thing in the morning, crack of dawn, we should probably meet over at the train station just to keep an eye on things. The train leaves pretty early in the morning. We want to make sure we at least look over the people getting on board the train and make sure your guide isn't on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'll try to be out there before dawn.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, thanks again. I mean, wasn't expecting this, but
never a dull moment when you're around.
All right. Yeah. I'm glad you're here with me, though.
All right. Well, hope you sleep well.
Thank you.
You're gonna make your way over to the hotel?
Yeah, head across over to the hotel. Definitely gonna name drop.
Yeah, so you walk across the street to the hotel, and you can see this ornate wooden sign over the double doors leading into the hotel. You see it's called the Laughingstock Hotel. All right. Yeah, you walk in, and you don't have, a lot of experience with hotels and, things like that in the New Frontier, but this seems pretty nice for what you're used to.
Okay.
You walk in, there's a grand piano in the corner, there's kind of a sitting area. You can see there's a bar off to one side, a separate room, and well-furnished room, big lobby, and there's a woman standing behind the counter, and she looks up as you enter. Yes, how can I help you?
Yeah, looking for a room here. I'm a guest of Roland. He mentioned that, and hopefully we can get a room for the evening.
Oh, yes, certainly. That's not a problem. We can definitely give a room to a friend of Roland's. Can I? She pulls a book over and pulls out a pen. Can I get your name, please?
Yeah, the name is Jasper.
All right, Mr. Jasper. And just staying by yourself?
Yeah, just me.
All right. She makes a couple notations and then turns around and grabs a key off the board and looks at it. Let me take you back to your room and we'll get you all set up.
All right, thank you.
She leads you back through some hallways, and you can see stretching in both directions. This is a fairly large building. You passed by some stairs, so you can tell there's multiple levels, but you're on the main floor, and she leads you back all the way down one side of a hallway and to the end room and unlocks the door and leads you inside, and it's an extremely nice room. It's very well furnished. She lights a lamp and sets it out. And, well, is anything else you might be needing?
No, I've been traveling for a while here, so this is perfect. Have a good evening.
All right, you as well. She hands you the key and walks out.
Okay. So I'll spend some time, kind of check out the room, set my extra rifle down, the bag, and all that stuff on the bed.
Okay. Yeah, you get, the room's really nice, and you can get a good night's sleep if you want.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was going to happen, so I'll take it.
All right, you sleep. Thankfully, it's mostly dreamless sleep. I do need you to make a roll as you're sleeping, though. So I guess I shouldn't have said you get a good night's sleep. But
liar!
For most of the night, you get a good night's sleep.
Yeah. This is like in D&D, like it's that third shift that you're having something happen,
Yeah.
You got your long rest, you're okay.
Exactly. I'm going to say, let's actually do will. Make a will roll.
Okay. So I rolled a -2, and then with my will skill, that is a 0.
All right. So you are sleeping, and you are suddenly awoken by a pain in your side, and you take 2 points or 2 shifts of physical stress, and your eyes shoot open to look to your side, and there is a dagger stuck in your side, and this very hairy were-rat is kind of leaned over you.
Yep,
this dagger stuck in your side.
All I can hear is Jasper going, "A rat person." Crap. Okay.
And you knew.
Oh, I know.
Staying at this hotel.
No, I know. Outside of the game, I know.
Brett knew.
Crap, these stupid things. I don't have silver bullets. Okay, so I'm gonna reach down. Hopefully my gun is still on my side. I mean, I wouldn't sleep anywhere without my gun, right?
You sleep with your gun on your side?
No, I don't. It's on the nightstand if there is one there.
I'd say it's probably on, this were-rat is probably on the opposite side of the room from where your gun would be, so you could reach over and grab it.
Okay. I mean, if he was really smart, he would have, moved before he stabbed me, but...
Yeah, but he's a were-rat. He's not smart.
That's true. Okay, I appreciate that. So I'm going to reach over, grab the gun. I'm going to switch over to Ectin mode, select poison, and try to shoot at him.
Okay, I like it. Go ahead and make your roll.
Stupid were-rats. Okay, that is a 4.
All right, he got a 2. Nice. So you click the lever, feel that toggle in your mind, you select poison and fire, and it hits in this were-rat who stumbles backward, leaving this dagger in your side, and you feel this kind of energy rush out from this creature and into you, and it clears your 2 box.
Nice. He definitely looked like he took some damage.
He did.
Okay, yeah. Good. So I definitely remember that, shooting at him. He's like, yeah, I'm fine.
This creature hisses at you and then leaps for the door as it's seen that you have noticed it. It leaps for the door, opens it, and slams it closed. So you can chase it if you want.
Yeah. So I'm going to jump out of bed. I've got my gun. I'm going to bust through the door, and I'm just like, get back here, rat.
All right. You bust through the door, and you see it shrinking down into a rat form that rushes down, scurries down the hallway between the legs of these 2 massive werewolves.
Oh, crap.
Who kind of leap down the hallway at you. And both of them are going to attempt to grapple you.
Okay. I am leaving an awful Google review for this hotel.
That's only if you survive to do so.
Jeez.
That's a 4 for the first one.
So I'm going to do a physique roll here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's up to you. He's using physique.
Yeah, I'll use physique. Hey, a good roll. It's a 6.
Okay. So this first one leaps at you and tries to wrap you up in its big arms, but you duck out of the way. The second one, ooh, that's a good roll. That's an 8.
So I rolled a -2 with then +3, so 1 total. I think I need to invoke something here, because that'd be real bad.
Well, I didn't set any scene aspects, so you're welcome to help me come up with a few, but I'd say narrow hallway would be one. Probably unknown number of enemies.
Okay. But I'm going to use a fate point and invoke narrow hallway. So I'm going to kind of imagining these 2 are coming at me, dodge out of the way of this first one. He kind of misses and bumps off the wall and just creates a little bit of a issue of space where the one's trying to grab me. So I'm going to re-roll.
Okay.
I don't think I can even roll. I can't even roll high enough to succeed. 3 total.
Okay. So he definitely succeeds with style. I'm going to give him a boost. But he slams into you and kind of tackles you back into your room and lands on top of you. And you are grappled. It doesn't do any specific, shifts of physical stress or anything.
Okay.
But he definitely has you grappled. So I'm going to say you have just a kind of a aspect of grappled.
Okay.
That is true. And he has a free usage of it.
Okay.
Because of, essentially he was not necessarily attacking, he was trying to create an advantage.
Right, so he's got me pinned down, and that's going to give him a boost on me potentially escaping or whatever else is happening next.
Yeah, so now he has any of them really on their team, they have a free invoke of grappled on you.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you're up.
Alright, so I'm kind of picturing him down up on top of me. I've got a hand up, trying to prevent his face coming down at me. I'm going to grab... Is there a window in my room?
There is.
Okay, I'm going to do my best to aim around behind my back. I don't even know if I can see it. I'm trying to shoot lightning mode through the window and just get the heck out of here.
Okay. Go ahead and... I'm going to have a roll for this, mostly just for accuracy.
Sure.
Because it's kind of hard to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
So...
I don't know if you want to have that boost against me just because, I've got a werewolf on top of me.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. He is going to actively contest this, so it's a 3.
I only got a 3.
Okay.
So maybe my aim is bad and it's up against the wall, so it's just
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say you successfully, you flick the switch, toggle, you select lightning in your mind, and you fire, and you feel yourself pulled along with this lightning, and you slam into the window with the breaking of glass, and you realize there are bars in this window.
Okay.
And, you kind of, for a moment, you're shaking your head, and you almost in what? Why are there bars in this window? And you look at it, and they've been hidden from the outside. There's 2 panes of glass, and it's, it looks like they've tried to kind of hide it from the outside, but you've been put in a room with bars on the windows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sucks.
So
yeah, that was my turn, right?
Yeah. So the one that you just got away from is going to get up, and he's going to move over, and he's going to actually go for your pistol, having seen you do this.
Okay.
He's going to use his invoke of grappled to give you, or to make it a 4.
Okay. I'm going to roll physique against that. Also a 4.
Okay. So he rushes over to you, and he's trying, these big claws, he's trying to grab this pistol out of your hands, and you just, you're holding on to it for dear life. This other one is trying to kind of pick itself up. It had missed you and kind of bounced off the wall, and then you both smashed over top of it to go into the room, and it's kind of trying to force its way into the room. These things are pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's going to be its turn, so you're up.
Okay, I'm not actively grappled right now, correct? It was just trying to grab for the gun. I was able to get away from that.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to try to run towards the door. The exit to the room. Is the other one in line of sight?
Yes, he's in the doorway.
Okay, I'm going to, so as I am running, I'm going to shoot acid at him.
Okay.
And I'm trying to book it out the door.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, that's a total of 5.
You got a 4.
Nice.
All right, so you select acid, you fire, and you see this, the ground, which is like a hardwood flooring. It kind of sinks and crumbles underneath this guy, and he falls into it, and looks like he's kind of, up to his waist in just this bubbling flooring. And are you going to try to leap over him?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's my plan, to try to leap over him.
All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a athletics check for that. He's going to contest your athletics check, trying to just grab you as you're flying over him.
Okay. Ooh, that's a -2.
You got a 4.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to invoke Narrow Hallway again. because it's a small space, he's massive.
Yeah, he's already kind of in the ground. He's, constrained by a doorway. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm going to re-roll. It's a -1.
All right.
Okay.
So you try to leap over him, and you feel these claws grab your ankle, and you fall and kind of smack your face in the hallway.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and say grappled is back.
Okay.
That applies again. You are at least out of the room and in the hallway, but he is going to try to yank you back into the room.
Ooh.
He's going to use his invoke of grappled here.
Oh, I'm not in good shape here with this.
So I'd say probably physique for you in this, because it's, you're not leaping about anymore. That is a 5.
Beat me, I got a 4.
Okay. So he pulls you. He's still got a hold of you. You're in the doorway. He's kind of holding on to you. You're still grappled. He's used his free invoke of it, but it's still true. So you're still grappled. And the other one is back, kind of, he can't really get to you because of this one's in his way in the doorway. So you're up.
Okay. Man, these things are not going to let me get out of here. And I'm back in the room now?
You're, in the doorway with him.
Okay.
So you can see the whole, you can see the hallway.
Okay, well, if I can see the hallway, I'm going to, point down the hall and shoot lightning mode. I'm just trying to get away from these things.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and just make a roll. He is going to contest it. He's kind of trying to grab for your arm.
Yeah.
And
It's a total of 2?
Hey, you actually got a bad roll.
All right.
That's a 1.
I was it's sketchy for a bit.
You succeed. So you're just going to fire down the hallway?
Fire down the hallway.
All right, yeah, you select lightning. You feel yourself flung down the hallway away from these two, and you smash into a wall as your bullet hits a wall all the way down on the other side of the hallway.
And any other enemies out here?
Not in this, in this hallway. So,
okay,
where are you going to try to go? You're, if you think of a hotel, it's kind of this one hallway that stretches side to side, and kind of in the middle of it is a hallway back to the lobby.
Okay. So knowing that, I'm going to try to run back the direction I just came from towards that middle hallway.
All right. Yeah, you run back down the hall. You can see the one that's kind of trapped in your acid is struggling to get out. Really can't. The other one is just almost slashing through him to get out of that room, and gets out, rushing down the hallway at you. You turn the corner kind of just ahead of him, and you're running toward the lobby, and a shape kind of steps into the hallway. Massive werebear, fills this whole hallway, sticks its head down and just growls at you. And you hear this voice come out of its throat. It says,
"Not going anywhere, Sheriff."
And you're up.
Jeez. I've got to keep running towards the werebear. Now is he, with where we're at, okay, so how far away approximately is he, and are there any doors in between me and them?
There are doors. I'd say there's probably 2 on each side of the hallway. This is not a very long hallway, maybe 25 feet. So he's probably at this point, 10, 15 feet away from you.
Okay.
Which is only slightly longer than his arms. So.
Jeez. You said there are doors?
There are. There's 2 on each side.
Distracted by the thought of the werebear in front of me and then the werewolf behind me trying to get me.
Yep.
So I'm going to look for a door as I'm... Jeez, I don't know what to do here. As I'm running, I'm going to take a shot of... I think I'm going to shoot in front of me at the werebear with poison. Man, how much Ectin do I have? I'm getting a little worried about this.
I mean, you were running pretty low before this, so You definitely, if the more you use here, the less you'll have.
No, I know. That's what I mean. You're taking away my resources. What you're doing. So, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just run, and I'm going to try to, check the handle, hoping this door is open, and, go into whatever room is here.
So I'd say these 4 doors, you see, they're labeled.
Okay.
There's signs on them. Storage, office, laundry, kitchen.
Oh, they're all the interior rooms. Crap. Okay. So, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to run towards the werebear. I'm hoping he's slow because he's big. So I'm going to run, and then I'm going to try to, slide quickly between his legs and try to get behind him.
So you're not going into any of the rooms. You're going to try to slide between the legs of a werebear.
Yeah. Why not?
Hey, it works depending on the dice. We'll see how it goes.
Because I know they're strong. This isn't a strength thing. This is how nimble is he? And I don't think he's nimble.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's probably athletics, unless you can come up with a better skill that you like.
Yeah, that's what we're going with. I've made my decision.
All right.
We'll see in the future if my decision was correct. My roll's okay. I rolled a 2 plus my athletics, so 3 total.
All right. You got a 2.
Yes!
So you go into the perfect baseball slide, and you kind of wish you had maybe thought to grease up a little first, because it kind of hurts. You got some wood burn as you slide across these wooden floors, but thankfully they're pretty polished hardwood floors.
Nice.
You slide right between the legs.
You did say it was a nice hotel. I mean, they wax their floors.
Yeah. Caught by my own description.
Yep.
You slide right between the legs of this werebear. Just get this pungent animalistic scent as you slide between its legs, and it smashes its foot down trying to catch you. You slide between its legs. It's gonna turn, and it's just trying to rip you in half with its claws. Whereas the other ones were more of just trying to grapple and contain you. This thing is just attacking full on.
Yep.
So that is a 7.
Ooh. Am I doing physique here?
Up to you. You could use physique or fight or something like that.
Yeah, let's do physique. So that's a total of 3.
All right. So that, unless you want to do something to add to that, that's going to be 4 shifts of physical stress.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right.
Mark that box off.
So I'm going to say it it slams its claws into you, and that dagger that was already in your side just gets shoved even further in, and you just get, it's like a bowling ball. You get flung across the lobby into a wall, and you slam into it. You're laying there, and you can hear roosters crowing outside, the light is starting to dawn a little bit as dawn is here, and this thing is going to turn and just smash its way across the floor at you. You're up.
Okay, can I see the exit?
Yeah, you can see the doors.
How far away are they?
It's a pretty big lobby. It's probably, 40, 50 feet away.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to try to run as fast as my little dwarven legs will take me. Do I get the sense that it'll probably catch me before I get there if I don't do something else?
The way you've been knocked into kind of the corner of this room, you're going to almost have to run past it to run.
Okay.
So, not to mention, the doors are near the bar area. You have no idea who might pop out of that.
Okay.
You can run, but it's probably going to get another attack on you.
No, I get it. I'm gonna run, and are the doors closed? Are they windowed doors?
They're wooden doors.
Okay.
kind of nicely ornate wooden doors. They do have glass panels kind of at the top, but not like, to where you can see out of them. You're pretty short.
Okay. I think I'm going to take
There are also windows in the lobby.
Okay.
If you think about kind of the layout of the lobby, just think about kind of a large square-shaped room. You're in kind of back left corner. The hallway was in the middle of the back. Doors kind of off closer to the right side of the front. There's 3 kind of large windows along the wall on the far end. Those windows are not barred.
That's kind of what I figured would be the case. So at this point, I feel like if I don't get out of here, I'm going to die. So I'm definitely going to get to where I feel like is a easiest, cleanest shot of shooting lightning out of a window to get out of here. So I'm going to run up to as far as I think is safe to go, and then look for the one that looks the best in the moment.
I'd say if you jump up on top of the piano, you could easily make a shot out the windows.
Okay. Piano it is.
All right. Nobody can really contest this because they're not close enough to you.
Okay.
But I'm going to just set a kind of a difficulty of 1 for this.
Okay. That is a 3.
All right. Should be pretty simple to leap up on top of the piano.
Well, actually 2, but still.
Okay.
That's close.
Still a success. Yeah, so you run over, kind of vault up on top of the piano. You can fire out one of the windows.
Yeah, that is definitely what I'm going to do.
All right. This bear roars at you as it is running across the lobby. The whole building is shaking. And you select lightning in your mind, fire out the window. You feel yourself flung through the window, kind of cinematic moment, glass shards everywhere as this bear just roars, and then as soon as that window breaks, it stops roaring, and you tumble out the window and stand up, and if you look back inside, they've all disappeared. There are people, a man standing there kind of straightening his tie, just shooting daggers at you with his eyes.
Yeah, so I get up and look down the street and see if there's, any other threats around, and kind of in shock right now.
It's pretty early. You don't see any other threats around. You do suddenly hear the whistle of a train.